You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
Hey!
Hello.
Did that go short?
That did.
This feels like a completely discombobulated day.
I just feel like, is this Wednesday? Are we doing this? Or
we're doing something. No idea what we're doing. We're doing something.
I just came by to pick up my books, man.
No books for you today.
Did you see the icon covers for Gargoyles and Vampirella Strikes?
I have no idea. No,
I kind of know the finale. I've known the finale of Vampirella Strikes for a while. Thanks to Tom Stigowski. But
yeah, that was weird, man. I don't know what the heck was going on. It went short and stuff. I don't know, man. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Comic Book Day.
Yeah, John was in the process of name dropping within the first 45 seconds.
Hey, I'm thinking of people's livers. That's why I interrupted.
There was a lot of name dropping today. I talked to Cosplay Ireland Reed today. I talked to Rachel Holland.
Hey, give everybody a chance to grab and open their bottles. Okay?
Just do the shots.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have mine cracked open yet.
CJ, what's going on? Preston, what's going on, buddy? Where am I?
Yeah, you want me to just name? You know what? Everybody just take 7 shots, and I'll just name everybody real quick, and we'll get it over with.
All right, give me a minute. Let me go get my stuff.
Well, we're not going to have many viewers after this.
I was going to say, how come the chat's dead?
We might still see it, but
New Comic Book Day tends to be the day I talk to creators a lot, or like in the wee morning hours, because it's Tuesday night for them on the West Coast. So, I'm kind of
any different than Monday. Seriously,
what for me? Or
you
for
talking to creators?
Oh, I do talk to creators quite a bit.
Thank you. Tom Bishop, John Spilios, what's up?
What's good,
and
everybody?
Weird that the Facebook link must be all messed up because Weird's been on YouTube with us for the last couple shows.
Facebook
easy go lucky.
So many weird glitchy problems. A friend of mine administers a group, like 40,000 people. It's like a nightmare.
Oh, wow.
She's got a tech person. She's got 2 moderators, and people they lose
2 moderators for 40,000 people.
I feel like you need a lot more than that.
Yeah.
She tries to be very much almost like the Montessori approach. Like, here's the rules. Please try not to break them. Plus, it's food, right? Like politics and all that stuff. That she's like, leave that at the door. The second somebody mentions religion or some kind of weird craziness, there's buzzwords that Facebook just removes automatically. Kind of like, YouTube or whatever.
What kind of food? Like professionals in the business kind of food talk, or just?
It's kind of South Jersey food scene.
So I gotta know what's in the bag.
What's in the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, here's a trivia question. What does Rex ask me every week we've done this show at some point in the show?
What's in the bag?
I got a trivia question.
You're not allowed to have whatever
was in the
shortest
bag. You guys ever went from when the show started to actually offering an item?
What book do you have that you want these people?
Let's do a giveaway for the
something up.
Let's do a giveaway for the patient people who come in early. Who want to give away? Let's do hashtag early bird.
That's a loaded question.
Hashtag early bird.
Who wants a giveaway? I've never known anybody say
early bird right now. Hashtag early bird.
You got that, JD?
Sir, who was that on your phone? Disney, Amazon,
hashtag
Comcast.
We're going to do the giveaway right now for people who come in early and listen to the chatter without anything.
Are you going to?
John's early.
Nick, you're going to have to pick something.
You're going to.
I'm going to go pick something. Hashtag early bird. We're going to go get it now.
All right,
wondering
XSSFD LT, dude, that's too long, man.
I'm
gonna call you X
It
from
is
now
gonna be X.
on.
I love the fact that his phone rang while he was in here. So I'm wondering who wants stuff now. Is it the boys? Is it Disney? Who is it, Nick?
No, hashtag whirly bird. No giveaway purgatory.
Yeah,
on this
no.
one.
If he's gonna come over here and give stuff
Yeah,
away,
if he's just gonna pop
please,
in like that.
take.
So no purgatory for anyone. All right, but only enter it once. You only need to enter it once.
Enter it once.
All right.
So what are we going to offer real quick? There's the Dynamite Readers 10-pack, $10.
What's in the bag, John?
The $5. Okay, so now
Is that a sandwich for me?
I didn't see Rex's name on it at first. It was a little
Rex's
glare.
name's on it.
I don't care if Rex's name is on it or not.
Every show.
Lieutenant, that works. That makes sense now, actually.
Where's the food, John?
LT, that makes sense.
You didn't put any of this week's Dynamite Virgin books for sale.
What?
Virgin covers. No
Nick,
Virgin
it was
covers.
No, we did not. It was kind of a crazy last minute thing. But if you want to put Virgin covers on, go ahead.
Ooh.
All right, Mad Bulls versus Garbage Pail Kids.
Here's the
Virgin
giveaway.
cover.
All right, so hold on. Mad
Nice.
Bulls.
So yeah, that's really nice.
All right, hashtag early bird.
All right. So
Spin
give
that
everybody. What's in the bag? All right, I'm gonna look. Hold on.
Spin that wheel.
You know,
It's got to be food.
It's got foil on it. I can't tell without opening it. What is it?
Spin, baby.
Sven, I want to see who's going to win this prize.
A reward for everybody who sits through this until you guys get to actually selling.
There we go, Eddie Von B.
Eddie Von B.
He just posted
Otherwise
that.
known as Ed Weird. All right, I'm gonna write Ed Weird winner.
You know what we need to talk about?
Congrats, buddy.
Those icon covers for Pro Strikes and Gargoyles.
No,
They are
we need to
so
talk about-
No, those are cool.
Books that are for sale.
Are there any books for sale?
None. 0. Eddie, nice one, buddy. I'm glad you won.
Congratulations, Edward.
I'm
Very cool.
glad you won, buddy. But all right, what do you want to do first?
Do some of the Commandy first.
All right, we're gonna do Commandy first.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to need
So-
20 minutes, and we're going to read every book rapid fire, and they'll have 2 hours to buy them. And if they don't buy them, well, that's on them.
Hey,
Okay.
that's
That's a new attitude.
I like that.
So JD, I need to know: are there so many photos you had to break them up, or how are we doing it?
Yeah, all the vintage books are on one page, and then everything else is on another page.
All right, so we're gonna
Let's
go
look
to
at vintage
Commandy
books.
first.
Yeah, I
so
love-
Hey Lyle, what's up, buddy?
Lyle, what's up, man?
Commandy, Jack Kirby,
Marcus,
one of my
good point.
favorite
See how
things.
easy it is to win once you abandon Facebook.
That was the reward. Get off of Facebook, move on to YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Ooh, we got another one. I got you."
Oh, you've won. Somebody at YouTube just throws the switch. Pip, you've won.
We are discriminating against Facebook. No, we're not. I'm just kidding.
Now, these version covers are very
So
cool.
somebody working over at YouTube right now, they're sitting there behind the laptop. They just like stretch, like, another job well done.
All right. Vintage book sounds like something I might have read. All right, so here we go. All right, John wants to start with Commandy.
Yeah, this is one of these things. I love Commandy. I love Jack Kirby. Every once in a while, they'll bop Commandy back into something. That's a book I think never is never relevant.
Right.
Yeah, it's never irrelevant, I should say. You know, it's like a guy at the end of the
It's
world.
weird.
It's
isn't
a
it?
weird
It's just,
sort of.
the interest to Commandy always comes around.
Yeah,
again.
it really does. Like you don't
It's
see
weird.
anything for a while. Then the next thing you know, I walk into a trade show and the guy's got like a rack full of Commandy at like $100 a book.
All right, we're gonna read the Commandies, the ones we have listed for sale, and then John's gonna tell us what's in the bag. It's all wrapped in foil, and I don't want to open it up now because I'm not eating it right now. But I know what I'm having for dinner. Whatever the hell's in that brown bag.
No.
All right.
No. We've been waiting for John to bring you food this whole time. You're eating, and everyone's gonna watch you eat
No,
this.
No,
I bring him
sorry.
food all the time.
All that's gonna happen is Nick's gonna burst in here and go, "Why aren't you selling books?" You see, so I can't eat it.
See, I'm not
All
obligated
right.
to sell the books. They're obligated to buy the books. This is how
But
this
you're
works.
obligated to tell me what the sandwich is when I ask. Okay, so I can think about it. What I'm going to be doing at 8:15
You
tonight.
know what? Why don't you give them the Commandy books so they can sort out who's buying what? Because I'm
Okay.
assuming they won't be left unpurchased.
No, Eddie Von B. No. My friend John, he knows I can open up a can of Spam all by myself. Okay, I don't need help with that. And take 2 pieces of bread, no problem. Okay. All right, so here we go. Commandy number 1. These are, again, all 9.2 or better. All right. And again, the photos that you see were pulled off the internet. They are not necessarily representative of the ones that we have. If you want to see one specific, Marcus, it's out of season for the Gobbler. I'm very disappointed. Joe L. Never. John could not.
Oh,
you know, that's an insult to his previous profession.
Oh no.
Lyle, no, we drink bourbon together. So that doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right. So Commandy number 1. So the photos are pulled off the internet, so we don't have to handle these. As I said, this is probably going to be the last time you see them because it is a consignment deal that we have, and they have whatever we haven't sold by in a week or two, the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I remember this. There was some question about this on Monday.
Right.
So we'll just take a second real quick.
It's got to go back.
Yeah, there's minimal handling of these. These go back if they don't sell. These
if it comes out, if it comes out of Nick's collection, you know, I'll handle them and scan the bite.
These
Somebody
are like
else's no one.
These are really good. These are very cool vintage books at very reasonable prices. So they're offered once. And
Well,
then they're
it's
done.
Bronze Age, and some of the viewers, when you weren't here, took offense that we were calling them vintage because they had bought them at the newsstand. So did I. There were a lot.
If you took offense to that, it's because, like me, you're old. Shh, take your nap. Go ahead.
You know, I hate to break this to you. We're not all retired, so we can't all go to the AMC and take a nap.
Take a nap.
Okay, after watching the movie 55
The lady
times.
gently nudges me. It's time for your next movie.
Hey,
Right? He
go home
John-
now, please. I have school tomorrow.
I know we have lives to lead.
It's
John
school
goes.
night. I gotta
John
go home.
goes and watches a movie, and then by the next one, that's his like scheduled nap time, and then he pops into the next movie right after that. John's got a full day.
I have gone out to the car and taken a nap between movies before.
What's that?
I have gone out to the car and taken like a half hour, 40-minute
Why
nap.
bother? Just nap in the theater. Why bother?
Nobody wants to see me in my PJs.
But they do anyway when you're awake. All right, so that's Commandy number 1. We have one available. All right, so we also have Commandy number 2, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for 65.
This is one of these books, Commandy, they didn't worry about fitting this that much into the DC universe, which was kind of odd.
Lieutenant LT, after the show,
Right.
John and I will be engaged in a very competitive game of shuffleboard.
Ooh.
Slow down, not that competitive. I'm old.
That's true. It's more trash talking than actual play.
One of my favorite things about Commandy was this is really like when Jack Kirby talked about once. I saw an article where he almost talked about where he trapped himself at Marvel. You know what I mean? Like by creating these things in certain ways and they were successful and Stan didn't want him to change much. Commandy was like breaking new ground for him. Kirby was one of these guys that was fascinated with Chariots of the Gods and the next civilization and all this other stuff. And Commandy is one of those books that very much you can see, you know, he's talking a lot about what he expects, right? Like who makes it, who doesn't. And every time we get to that point where we're like, oh man, things are not looking so good, out comes Commandy again. And it doesn't matter. Some of these books are 50 years old. I'm trying to do the math. I'm like 40 something years old. Most of this stuff was what, 60s, 70s. So
yeah,
you know, we're easily talking about 50 years.
God, we've been alive that long.
Commandy is more than just the books on the surface, man. It's very. I reread a lot of Commandy stuff. I picked up like a black and white collection or something. I got to tell you, not only are these great reads, but the Kirby art is just. This is him sitting down at the board and saying,
distinct.
"This is what I'm going to do."
It is very distinct.
Yeah,
Cody, thanks for joining us, buddy. There's a very distinct style when you talk about Jack.
Yeah,
Kirby,
and these are absolutely going to be one and done. So if you're thinking you want something that's Kirby, real,
this might be the first time I've ever seen Commandy like for sale. All the shows I've been to, all of the auctions that I've been a part of, I don't think I've ever seen Commandy for sale.
Well, it's because the books
There are
that
a lot
are in
of
good
shows.
qualities. I mean, years back I went to a lot of shows too. The books that were in good quality, either people don't pass up, or stores. I saw Commandy number 2. What are we selling that for tonight?
65.
I literally saw that on a wall in Seattle when I was there for Emerald's Con.
Right.
Their Emerald Con, and it was $200. Now it was like more. It was like a 9. I think it was a 9 or a 9.2, but $200. And
That's
the
not
guy's
money.
like, I priced it super high because nobody ever buys it. So when my wife asks me what I've sold, I can tell her it's right up there. You know what I mean? And there's sort of this vibe that sort of, people are attached. They didn't print. Commandy didn't have like an enormous print run either. Commandy's not Batman for DC. You know what I mean? It got what it got, and finding really good copy. I won't say it was a ripoff, but Commandy touched on all this sort of end of the world stuff at the time.
Right.
There's stuff drawn from Charlton Heston,
which was kind of triggered by Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, Omega Man.
Yeah.
Charlton Heston's Omega Man. If you kind of watch those movies, that 70s sci-fi,
Preston,
you'll see a lot of that in Commandy.
All right. So then we have Commandy number 3. 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $65.
Nice.
All right, a little King Kong action sort of there, a feel of that. All right, then we have Commandy number 4, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $55. And then we have Commandy number 5, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $55.
One of the books, CJ just said it. I love gorillas in science fiction. To me, they're a huge part of it. DC embraced that. They wrap their arms around it. It's for some reason, science fiction and those kind of movies embrace the gorilla, maybe because they're the most anthropoid. Mm-hmm. Like people can't really identify with like a blob or a giant lizard or reptile or something. But something that's sort of human-shaped, arms, legs, identical face. Right. Everything from Gorilla Grodd, Masur Mala. There are a ton of and Commandy was no exception. Commandy, somebody talked about, Planet of the Apes. The gorillas did not really appreciate Commandy in that series. They absolutely did not.
Ron. So Ed Weird won a Madball GPK version. Nick just wanted to do a giveaway.
I'll tell you right now, the next time Nick comes in here and interrupts us, my first question is going to be what JD just said. Whatever happened to the gorilla-based Dynamite? Where are they?
All right, so let's knock off a couple more of these. So these are one-shots as well. We're going to do our Image wow, I can't even believe it. Image feels like yesterday, right? But it's not. It's been so long
30
now.
years?
Yeah, my God.
Well, that's weird going to cons and seeing creators.
Rob Liefeld is middle-aged, man. I'm having a hard time accepting that.
It's weird being the same age as old people.
Jesus. All right, so first up, we got Spawn number 1. These are also 9.2 or better. Oh, man. And we have one available for $70.
Spawn's such a good one to have in your collection. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I look at it as Image, Spawn triggering that wave.
Yeah, I mean, it became the next age in comics, right? Because we had the Golden Age, Bronze Age. Some people kind of call it Marvel Age.
All right, Preston is taking the Spawn. You got it, Preston.
Nice. I remember at one point I feel like I had probably pushing 5 Spawn ones in my collection. It just felt like a book I just kept finding, and I don't know. I always said why I'm not going to pass it. Always going to grab another one for the collection.
Yeah, and people say, "Oh, well, I already have one." I'm like, "One?" I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I mean, people buy what they buy, but when I see a super nice, there's certain books where if you see a really nice copy at anywhere near a reasonable price, yes, I will take this. I will take this.
I want to make sure.
Triple B, to answer your question real quick, I will be seeing Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited.
Comes on, apparently somebody made a mistake, not at the Regal Theater I was at, but another Regal Theater. The Evil Dead Rise trailer got stuck on a Super Mario Brothers thing.
Really?
And they were talking about it on Twitter, and I was like, and somebody said, "Dude, this?" I said, "No." I said, "I live in New Jersey. This wasn't my theater." I saw Super Mario Brothers, and I'll tell you right now, that trailer is not supposed to be on there. That is a brutally scary trailer.
So Triple B is going to do a live review on it, and I'm assuming Super Mario Brothers he's talking about.
Yeah, I saw that twice actually. It was
good.
It's exactly what you think it is. Well, it's actually better than I thought it would be. So I have no problems with that.
Yeah, I might tune in too, Triple B. All right, so we got another
When does
Spawn
that
book.
movie come out, though? Does it come out Friday? Thursday?
I think it's Thursday or Friday.
Right.
I think. Wait, what is the date? I lose the date sometimes. So
Today is Wednesday.
18th, 19th.
Today is the 19th.
Yeah, I
Today's the
think it
19th.
comes out the 20th to the 21st.
Ooh,
All right, so we got
I need to see
Spawn
that.
number 9.
That's got first appearance in there, too.
That's
All
the
right.
first appearance of Angelina.
I was going to say Angela or something like that.
Yeah, Angela, and it's a Neil Gaiman script.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we have the one
Nice.
available for $40.
This is another book I've seen at shows for an outrageously high price,
Right.
especially every time they put her in something else.
For a moment there, this book was selling a lot more than Spawn 1 for a hot minute there.
Right. So, all right. So we also have this one available if anybody's interested. And I'm going to finish out the page.
They better be interested because if they're not, why are we here? We could be at Zed's drinking.
We could be at Zed's drinking, actually.
And we know for sure Nick wouldn't bomb into Zed's because he'd only do it once. Then he'd sit at the bar and out with that.
Oh, my
Wait.
God.
You should go to a place that's a lot closer to me, and I'll meet you out there tonight.
Oh, that's right. I forget sometimes.
He's within driving distance.
he's
Not
within-
close, but
Not,
you're
not,
about
not,
an
not
hour.
to sound creeper,
I
but
think I looked it up. It was like an hour and a half away.
Yeah,
that's-
probably. I mean,
It's not that far away.
a central place for. Yeah, well, you're always welcome. I mean,
That's-
Alec, anytime
I
you
was gonna
want.
say that's a hike though. Hour and a half. Whew.
But I think a central place if we were going to meet, would probably be KOP, King of Prussia.
Yeah.
That's
something
about
like that.
45 minutes from me. However,
Yeah, about that for us
Uh,
too. So that's a good central point, I think.
wait, hold on. Is it called CollectorCon? Is that what that's called? It's in Jersey.
Collector Con is in. Is that Freehold? It's in.
Collector.
I don't know.
Freehold's about an hour north of us, right? About an hour.
It's about an hour north of us, but I think it's going to be farther for him.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Because Allentown's a little west, right? West and south.
You would think that.
Yeah,
some
it's
comic
closer to
publisher would-
Philly, I think.
You would think some comic publisher would hold Dynacon, wouldn't you?
Is it this? No, this isn't it.
I am ignoring John now.
I'm trying.
You know
Actually,
who else ignores me when I say that?
I think I have a screenshot.
Can't imagine. All right, so the last book on the page of my page anyway is Witchblade number 1, also 9.2 or higher, and we've got the one for 45.
At least I thought I had a screenshot.
And I just saw them
CJ
say something again about
Yeah.
Witchblade. Did I just not see Witchblade as an animated series or something?
I keep seeing stuff about Witchblade too. I don't know if any of it's real or it's just like fan made or people want it, but I keep seeing it.
All right, John
man.
Spilios.
Nice pickup, John. Nice pickup.
I can't. I had a.
Let's see, what did we have the last couple days? We had Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic, maybe.
No way.
He seems to keep saying that he's done with that kind of thing.
Adam,
Star Wars.
You know what? Him saying he's done with it.
Preston, I did not, buddy. Did I miss that? I'm sorry, bro.
And
I got you though.
I thought you did see that. I'm sorry.
I did not.
Disney will just.
I got you now, Preston.
If
You got
Marvel
9.
decides he's the guy, they will just add zeros. And Adam Driver's, I'm done with that. Will be.
That's not it.
I'm in. He'll learn science. He'll learn to speak science fiction real fast.
I guess. I don't know. He feels like I kind of have a feeling that
For
Adam
whatever
Driver's
reason,
moving
they
too.
can't get the John Krasinski thing done. I don't know if it's Krasinski. I don't know if it's Marvel. I don't know if it's a combination of the
I
two.
feel like part of it is he doesn't want to do it.
That's what I'm.
They
feeling,
wanted him and his wife. I can't think of her name off the top of my head now. Emily
Blunt.
And I think they would have been a perfect.
I think it would have been good.
Invisible Girl. Apparently, neither. She really wasn't into it. She was like, "I want no part of that world." She said that in an interview. She's like, "That's movie making that I'm outside," and I don't know if that triggered him, but he wasn't that into it either. He didn't mind bombing in for the cameo, but you know, when Marvel does something, it's not once, right? They're making more movies that even didn't do that well. So he doesn't want to get locked into that. He also probably doesn't want to make an enemy of Disney. So he's
Right.
got to find a way to extricate himself politely. And this way, you know, Adam Driver, oh, you got a bigger box office dude. You got a Star Wars dude. Knock yourself out.
All right, hold that thought, boys. We're going to our first break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. And when we get back, we'll find out what John has brought me in the brown paper bag.
What's in the bag?
What's
So
in the
stay
bag?
tuned.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Go follow the Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
All right, and we're back. So, John, what is in the brown paper bag?
Yeah, I just double checked this. Apparently, they're saying that this Adam Driver thing is fairly legitimate. I mean, you know, we've seen a lot of, I just wanted to check real quick. We've seen a lot of these sort of rumors, and they're kind of floating balloons and just trying to see what works. Apparently, that's coming from several creditable sources that he's negotiations to be
Right.
Mr. Fantastic. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, the guy was, the things I've seen the guy in are really good. That movie 65 Million was written by like a child, and he managed to make it somewhat entertaining. So, you know, plus, you know, the guy's Ben Solo. I have no problems with the guy, but apparently, you know.
All right, so tell
He
us,
is.
Adam Driver is not in the bag, Eddie Von Bay or Ed Weird.
The sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I feel like John over here is just, you know, he's really avoiding this bag. I'm invested in this bag too. I want to know what's in it.
I was at a buddy's place today.
That's what I'm talking right there. He's avoiding the bag.
No, he's getting to it.
I was at a buddy's place, and he does. He has a small fleet of breakfast carts. We were at a commissary today, messing around with stuff.
You have to understand what John, if he says a buddy of mine, he only has two types of buddies. One's that read comics and one from the food business. Every now and again, maybe he'll find somebody that
Pro
was in the
wrestling.
food business.
There's three parts
Oh,
of
I'm
my
sorry.
life.
Pro
and
wrestling.
that's-
I forgot about that. But go
Pro
ahead,
wrestling.
please. You were at your buddy's
So I was
place.
down there today, and we were kind of working on, you know, he's going to start putting trucks out on the road. Football season is not that far away.
No, it's not.
That's a huge thing on tailgates. People love having those
kidding?
breakfast carts.
I know that.
So we messed around today, and I recreated something from a menu from 2015, I think it was. It's made up a sweet and spicy sauce, French toast, pork roll, eggs, Cooper cheese, a little barbecue dry rub on the pork roll.
Okay.
So that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. If anybody
Oh, no way.
Put on a, and then the whole thing gets put on a panini press, so it's all sort of.
And there's a
melted
reason
together.
they love the breakfast sandwiches, because everyone that tailgates, in my experience, you get there at dark 30, you start setting up. The food hasn't been cooked yet. The food that you brought, and you're starving to death, and you're going to start drinking it.
Drinking.
Yeah, you can start drinking at 6:30 in the morning.
People are drinking
you need something
before the sun is up.
right? Because you're not making breakfast and then making the tailgate food. So,
You've got to open that sandwich up. Come on, you got to open it. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to eat it.
Listen, I'm sorry. You will have to check out John's Instagram.
Is it on there?
TikTok. Okay, I'm not opening up the sandwich. The sandwich is mine. Mine.
If it's on John's Instagram, that's fine. I'll look at it.
The sandwich, I haven't given you a price. The sandwich is $500 if anybody wants to buy it. Because this is how much I respect. Okay, John's cooking skills. You never heard me crack on his cooking skills and food he brings me.
I just texted you a photo of that sandwich. So if you want to pass that on to JD or
all right,
however you're
the problem is I don't know how to pass it on to JD.
You can pass it on to me.
I could. That's right. I forgot. Okay, here you go.
Okay,
I can do that.
Yeah, because John's last post was 5 days ago introducing the Big Mike, which also looks pretty good. But this sandwich right now, you're speaking to me with it. It sounds wonderful.
I can't. Oh, it looks wonderful too.
500 pesos, 500 yen. You know what?
500 dinero or dollars, sir.
What about some doubloons?
All right, so that's all right, JD. All right, so it just came across to you. Man, that looks good. I mean,
here we go.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Huh? This is why you should come down this way, brother.
The French toast is encrusted with maple syrup, barbecue.
That looks mighty tasty.
Can I get a John Cole next week, though? Seriously?
I
love that thing. It fed me for 3 days.
I'll try to get over there.
I'm not even playing. For 3 days, I ate that. Oh, wait. Did I send you the John Cole?
No, I didn't get that one.
Let me send you the John Cole. My feet are in the picture for a reference in size.
Cute Nick coming in going, what are you selling? They're foreclosing on Dynamite.
They're selling chocolates.
Dynamite, but you should absolutely buy the books.
Hold on.
When we come back, we should do the slab.
Okay. Well,
technically, we did come back.
Hold on a second. I got to send
unless
him
it's a problem.
Cole.
I know we've got like different photos for JD. So JD, when I say this stuff, keep in mind I'm not really sure about.
The man don't even have the list, bro. He just randomly. Okay.
Yeah, he says throw that slab up next. I don't know what it is. Throw it up there.
LT, Lieutenant, U.S., Canadian, or Australian dollars will work. Either one of the three is fine with me. But wait until you see the John Cole, bro. I'm not even playing.
Oh, I got the picture.
Australia,
oh my God.
3 days that thing fed me.
Somebody asked me on Twitter from this show about, do I have any cons that I haven't been to that I really want to go to? Yeah, I would love to go to Australia. I would like to go anyway, but if I'm going to go, then I want to go to a con. I've seen pictures of cons in Australia. It's thousands of people from all throughout the Pacific area. Bro. It's one of those things where I would have to stay. Like my wife said, at your age, I would have to stay for weeks. Because it's
but
2
the
days
initial
to get there,
flight,
right?
well, not necessarily, but a full day almost.
My wife flies.
Like a full
my wife's
24
company is in Japan, the headquarters, and she knows what it's like to fly to Japan.
That's a direct from the East Coast. That's about a 14-hour flight. Yeah.
And with the time difference or whatever, it's almost
12 hours.
It's almost like you lose the day.
Well, I used to go to Japan all the time because before they built the 777s, every flight to Asia was a 747, but it had to stop in Narita as a transit because it didn't have enough fuel. And then from there, everybody would go to wherever their final destination in Asia was. So no, believe me, I understand. I used to fly to Taiwan all the time.
To answer that question, I would love to go to a con in Australia, especially one of those huge ones where like the Star Wars people are there. Maybe try to find. The truth is, if I'm going that far, I might see if I can find like a month rental at like a condo in the city that the con is in.
What's really funny is you're bringing it up that you're saying that you would, love to go to Australia Comic Con. I don't know how Australia got brought up into my stream. I think it was last night or the end of last week, but we were talking about it. And I was like, Australia is probably one of the very few places I would never go in my life.
Everything can kill you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said everything. I hate snakes, bugs. I don't like them either. But then you got spiders that are as big as my freaking head, and everything's after you. Everything can kill you. I'm okay right here. I really am.
Australia might be a little bit too commandy for me. You know what I mean?
Commandy.
Slow down.
Just stay in Melbourne
That
or
might be a
something.
little
Dude. Or
commandy
Sydney,
for me,
man.
Well, they said even the big cities, you've got some stuff to worry about. They find their way into places, and I was like, even in the major cities, no, thank you.
A friend of mine from Australia who I've talked to for years on social media, she has a scar on her arm, and the scar is from when she was outdoor place, waterfront, enjoying, the food came, and a pair of seagulls or whatever they have over there just came to the food, and her arm, she didn't get her arm out of the way, and she's got a scar on her arm that's about 7 inches. It had to be stitched up, and it was not.
God.
So I'm thinking to myself, as I'm talking about going to Australia, and Alec is mentioning the Cenozoic ageness of it, maybe just delete that.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
All right, JD, I'll try to send you these pics. Hey, Alec, you have JD's email address, right? Because you've been copying on stuff with JD.
Maybe.
If you do, if you get a chance, if you don't mind forwarding those pictures I sent you.
What I could do is I could just put my phone up to the screen too, if that helps.
Oh, that helps. Go ahead. Oh, wait. I think JD's posted in the private chat. So,
No.
hold on. Where's my cursor?
Contact.
I can't find it.
I was gonna say I could just put it up. It looks delicious.
Oh, it is. All right. I have JD's email, so I can do it.
Okay.
So you know what? Let me throw another book up there. We're still gonna do the JD. We're still gonna do the page that you're on. Let's do New Teen Titans number 10, second appearance of Deathstroke, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $25.
Hey, so Lyle just brought up the barking spiders, and I'm pretty sure he's actually the one that brought that up in my stream too. I had no idea that was real. I had to look that up, and I was like, oh no, nuh-uh. Not dealing with that.
All right, so all right.
I remember Teen Titans. There was that point where, and I don't know exactly when Marvel overtook DC, but Teen Titans for me represents that point where they're literally looking at each other like eye to eye, practically. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got Marv Wolfman and George Perez doing this book, and almost every issue is like, oh, did you see that? They're pushing it further. They're pushing it further. This is where DC decided, you know what? We're going to actually have to throw some elbows because the Silver Age is over, right? Marvel is doing all these wild, crazy things. There's a period of time where you look at the books DC came out with, this book, but, Watchmen, which we've got tonight, Vigilante.
Watchmen's awesome.
Some of these books where you're like, wow, I can't believe DC was this hit. You know what I mean? DC is like when they want to be edgy, they can be. Everybody who read DC knows what I'm talking about. Like,
I was going to say that's why I always talk about that. They have really good events and they have really good, like, kind of contained stories like that.
Yes.
Watchmen's great. I haven't started reading the Alan Moore Swamp Thing stuff, but I heard that's obviously up there. I mean, even look at Why the Last Man. That's a phenomenal story. They kill it on that
Vertigo
stuff.
That they did.
Yeah.
DC, we kind of kicked DC around a little bit for being ho-hum.
Right.
A lot of that Vertigo stuff that came out is real edgy. V for Vendetta.
I was just gonna say, look at even V for Vendetta.
I mean,
V for
Vendetta
stuff.
is kind of like, the hero is a domestic terrorist / patriot, depending on how you're looking at that.
Trying to take down the government.
Trying to take down the government. I'm waiting.
You don't really see stuff like that anymore, man.
So, all right. So next up, we have Superman second series, number 4. First Bloodsport, 9.2 or better. And we have the one available for $25.
That's cool. Cover.
This was a character I really thought they were
Did
going to do more
with. You guys take forever anyway. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. This is a great character.
Oh, I meant to ask you when you came in here. JD wanted to know, where is the gorilla variants for Dynamite that I asked for?
They're in process. Friday at 7, real quick. I figured.
That's great. I gotta go.
You see how you tried to shift right off that?
There will be no gorilla
It's
variants
in process.
for Dynamite.
Tom Lyle. Hard to get Spider-Man art by Tom Lyle now. A little bit of Garney. Check it out. John Higgins Hellblazer.
Ooh.
Starlin. Thanos versus Hulk. More Kieran Dwyer X Factor.
That's someone we didn't see enough art from, right?
Friday at 7.
All right, so
That's what we
Nick's
should've shown
original
more
art
from
show
the
is 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights.
We should have
All right, so
Yeah,
that
let's go back to some of that Superman.
and other pieces of original art will be there, one of a kind. All right, so we had Superman second series number 4.
This is a character I thought they might do more with. Too.
We should have a Red Sonja gorilla crossover with Sonja becoming a gorilla.
I'll get right on it.
All right, so the next up we have Superman.
Oh, Red Sonja. I already got the name. Wait, I'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah. All right, next book, real quick.
Superman, Man of Steel number 18.
Let me text the creator. Wait.
First full Doomsday appearance, 9.2 or better. And we have the one available for $45.
Yeah, this is sort of like these are like landmark books. This one in particular. I mean, for comic collectors of a certain age, you can mark their time before and after the death of Superman. I mean, Death of Superman was like on CNN. By today's standards, that might not seem like a big deal, but when Superman died in 1990, whatever, DC Comics being on
TJ, what's going on?
on CNN, that was pretty wild.
Well, I like CJ's Silverback Sonya. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I like it.
I like Preston's. It sounds like a mixed drink. Red Sonja Rilla.
Yeah, the Red Sonja
with a collar. All right, so then we've got a bunch of Watchmen. Who's interested in Watchmen?
Talked about it. And this is another thing. Watchmen hits and you're like, things completely start changing at this point in comics in general, right? You've had some really cool stuff from Marvel. You've had some really cool stuff from DC. They're kind of going back and forth, raising the bar. And then all of a sudden DC decides to put Watchmen out.
Right.
And you don't know what's going on. The covers have the clock moving. There's a lot. We could do a show on the Watchmen. There's a lot to unpack here. If you don't have books like this in your collection, trust me when I tell you want them.
Yeah.
And if
it's a really good read.
Get these to upgrade and sell your other copies.
All right, so here we go. So first off, we have Watchmen number 1, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $95.
I mean, everything, the cover layout, everything was like so bizarre. You didn't know what you were looking at, whether you got it on a newsstand or whether you found it in, back then you had like Steve's Comic Relief and a few other comic stores in the Northeast, that were really pushing this heavily. You didn't know what to make of it. Like, what am I looking at here? And then you're reading this. I remember a crowd of people reading this, and everybody had this kind of quizzical, like, what am I looking at here?
So, so Preston apparently does not like his Sonias with hairy backs. All right, so Watchmen number 2, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $24.
Yeah, John, I kind of felt the same way. The first time I read Watchmen, I kind of had that same thought process. Like, what am I reading right now? Like, what's happening? And it definitely becomes a lot clearer as the series goes on, but they keep the beginning very ominous and very just kind of everything's up in the air. You don't really know who you're following at that point just yet.
Right. Yeah, there's like the whole narration. I'm pretty sure everyone watching this has read Watchmen by now. When you're doing like the Rorschach Journal, this is before Punisher War Journal and some of these other books that kind of aped that style later. No joke intended. You kind of get Rorschach where he kind of has that almost like Walter Winchell delivery where it's just like subject predicate. There's nothing else putting the sandwiches together, the sentences together. So, went to store, stop. You know what I mean? Almost like in a telegrammatic style.
Right. So Triple B, I really enjoyed the movie as well.
I liked the movie, and I guess that's
I thought it was well cast. The characters, obviously, there's a lot of depth in them. So the movies were good. What about the series?
The series was not The Watchmen. The series was set in the Watchmen universe.
Yeah, kind of lost.
I understand why they called it The Watchmen, because they wanted to, the marketability. But it is not The Watchmen as such. Right. It's tales from the universe of The Watchmen.
I heard it's also really bad.
It is not great. It's not terrible, but it is not great.
I couldn't muscle
which
through.
Is why you did not see season 2.
Yeah, I couldn't muscle through more than, a couple episodes. All right, so
there's certain
the movie
things,
was the bomb. I love the movie.
The movie was great. Well, the movie was Zach what's-his-name's interpretation of the comic, and he played it pretty close to the best. I mean, there were some changes, but Zack Snyder, thank you. But essentially,
was that Zack Snyder?
It was Zack Snyder. That's the first time that guy's name kind of jumped up into on my radar. Like, he done some movies.
It was perfect for him because it already had a dark edge.
It already had a dark edge.
Because everything he does tends to have a dark edge.
And yeah, JD just said it. Watchmen, even though some people liked it, some people didn't. That's what slid him into Man of Steel and the whole, Snyderverse.
I will say one thing about the Watchmen movie. You guys are talking about the movie?
Yeah.
If you didn't read the comics, it's a really good movie. If you read the comics, then you're like, I know what this is about. So it was a little bit too much of. I mean, and it's hard not to. It's kind of.
I think it's kind of unfair though, because I mean, every Batman movie we've ever watched, okay, all right, his parents are gonna get killed here.
Right? They show that off at the beginning of every freaking movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're always gonna get that comparison, I guess.
Absolutely. And like I said, I don't know how many of these we have tonight.
We only have one.
Do we have the whole set?
All right, so let's get through them. So then we have
the Watchmen set.
Watchmen number 3, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for 24. Then we jump to Watchmen number 8, also 9.2 or better, and we also have one, and it is also $24. All right. Give JD a second to catch up because I'm moving pretty fast here.
Yeah, the one time he needs us to not be on point, we're on point. Sorry, man.
Right. My bad. All right, so where do we leave?
He's back 8. There. Bring up sandwiches again. And he's like,
no, he doesn't want me to do that because I'm going to ask, did you get the photos? All right, then we got Watchmen number 10, 9.2 or better, and we have one available for $24.
Yeah, I remember at this point, everybody was like, oh, this comic book is the end of the world. We're reading a comic book that's the end of the world. And I'm like, are we? And plus, everybody talks about in Watchmen, when did you have that moment that you realized these were essentially Charleston characters, right? There are people that say, I knew it from the beginning. No, you didn't. Stop that. Unless you're Alan Moore, you didn't know that. But from the buyer's perspective, I thought that I saw a Charleston character, not in Dr. Manhattan, actually, which in hindsight was probably the most obvious version of Captain Atom. But for me, being a fan of Peter Cannon Thunderbolts,
right,
which Dynamite has done, Gold Key did, Ozymandias very much had that vibe of he's like the peak of human perfection, right? Like every kind of weird science guru, crystal magic thing in the world that you've seen in the self-help book section,
right,
this guy can do. And that's exactly the way Ozymandias was made. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hyper acuity, where he sees what you're going to do before you do it. And that was when I'm like, are these supposed to be Charleston characters? But this is a few issues into the book. And I don't even know if I voiced it to anyone. But there's a scene where he's in his 40s and he looks like he slowed his aging process down using biofeedback. And then there's the scene where like he catches a bullet and you're like, yeah, that's a Peter Cannon thing. Peter Cannon was that guy, and that there's a callback to Catching the Bullet in Dynamite, where they're kind of fighting zombies or whatever, and like, oh no, you shot Cannon, and no, I just caught the bullet.
So TJ, I don't know, but Nick's probably watching, so he'll probably respond to you directly. All right. So then we have Watchmen number 11, 9.2 or better, and we have that one available for $24.
I'm wondering if there's one on this stream going, wait, Watchmen's Charleston characters?
All right, and then finally, Watchmen number 12, 9.2 or better.
There it is.
And we have it for
such a good one.
$4. And what we will do is, to help our buddy JD out, we will get all the keys, the key bronzes out of the way.
Is there a deal if somebody buys all of these?
I don't know. You can't buy all of them, but you mean the Watchmen or the Commandees?
Yeah, the Watchmen. Like if somebody picks up,
that's up to Nick. If somebody wants to make an offer, feel free.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, these are it's kind of like our community. This is a good time for someone to make like a significant upgrade to a collection. So if you decide, hey, I kind of want to take, I'll take all the Commandees. I'll just run the table. Literally, we'll get Nick back in here and see if maybe there's a deal to be made somewhere.
Very good point. Thank you.
If I didn't have these, I would say, hey, look, how much for the rack? How much for the shelf?
What translation means that, well, if I can't take it home for free in my bundle, then I'm really not interested.
No, I have Commandees. Commandees probably one of the first things I started buying nice copies.
Well, no, that's what you said when you
and
came
there
in.
it is.
Wow, Commandy. All right, this is tonight's dinner: the French toast, eggs, and pork roll, and what else?
Cooper cheese,
and
a spicy sauce I made with hot sauce, a few other things, maple syrup, barbecue rub.
All right, so then this is the John Cole, people, and I left my feet in there for reference. Okay, so it's in my kitchen on a little bench that I have, and you can imagine the size of this thing. Fed me for 3 friggin' days. That's a sandwich. You got that right, Preston. Oh my gosh.
That's a chicken cutlet. Roasted red peppers and roasted long hops mixed together.
Oh my god!
Fresh mozzarella.
It is.
Oh my god! Grated sharp provolone, mortadella.
Why do you think I'm asking him to bring me another one, dude?
And their bread, quite honestly, has won pretty much every Best of South Jersey Bakery Award.
Well, they're a bakery, Baggio's
bakery.
They're a bakery.
That bread does look good. That bread looks absolutely fire.
Dude, he brought me a loaf once, one of those round ones.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I was looking for stuff in my pantry to spread on it so I could eat it. It was delicious.
I worked with him that day. I think that particular loaf I brought you was one from a trade that I worked with the baker with.
Okay.
I just said to him, because I've known him for years, I said, Rich, he's like, oh, come on. And we were just sort of working the dough or whatever. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think like the first 3 or 4 big sheet pans that went into the oven, like him and I worked on together. And then I was making sandwiches and they finished.
Even the bread was good, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm saying
for stuff to spread on the bread, came out and I just brought the butter out, and that was good enough.
That's what we did. Olive oil, minced olives, some shallots, a little squeeze of lemon juice. They just smear it on
Ron
the bread
Shepherd
while it's still hot.
Never thought about
Jenny
that.
Craig, that's your menu for the month, bro. Okay.
That's a month of Jenny Craig food.
I forgot Jenny Craig exists. That whole thing. I forgot about that.
Are not for the super fitness, shredded, health conscious folks.
Yeah, if you're following the Tom Brady method of eating, this sandwich ain't for you, bro.
If you're worried about abs, then
inflammation, things like that, forget about it. You don't want it John Cole.
I'd be interested to know how many calories that whole sandwich is.
Yeah, who cares?
No,
I know that stuff. I'd look
14,000. No,
I was gonna say that's a mighty sandwich right there. That's got a lot.
It's probably a full day's allotment of food. The mozzarella alone.
JD Dan Marino just swore his new assistant contract. All right, we got to go to our next break. When we get back, we will do a quick recap. We will throw one more It's Exo Man of War.
Charlton 2.0 is Valiant. I almost tried to get into Jenna's chat when she did the Valiant show.
Right.
It struck me one day what Valiant reminded me of so much that I liked it, and it reminded me of Charlton all over again.
And then we'll do a quick recap of all the key issues. As I said, these are books that will not be around for very long. I expect
these are kind of like one and done.
They've got to go back. It's a
today's
consignment
Wednesday.
deal.
If you watch this Thursday, Friday, maybe they'll still be around.
But by next week, I can't guarantee anything. So if you are interested, this is the opportunity to hop on.
We're going to break. I'll ask Nick if somebody takes takes all the commandees. Cool. I'll see if there's maybe a little bit deal to be made.
Ron, I'll throw the CCAs up right after we do the Rex Cap. All right. So stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
Did you know that across America there are over 2, maybe even 3 live stream producers who can't even afford Mountain Dew? Take Brian here. Brian has gone 2 weeks without a sip of Red Bull. If it goes on much longer, he may take a shower and get a real job. Situations like this are as tragic as they are preventable. Join the experience on YouTube and gain access to special emojis and members-only streams. For less than a cup of coffee, you can keep socially awkward hermit people working from their parents' basements where they belong. Scan the QR code on the screen to join. You'll be glad you did.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
Hey, we're back. All right, so let's do a quick Rex Cap.
Oh, and I will say this real quick, too, before we start the Rex Cap. Just real quick, Nick did say, I went into his office without asking, without knocking like I usually do. Should probably stop that. Well, he's doing stuff. But if somebody does decide to run the table on Commandy or run the table with the Watchmen books, there's a deal to be made there. I don't know if anybody's interested. I was just telling Alex, one of the guys that works here, that this is literally how I filled up and upgraded my Commandy collection. Right. I was at a store in Seattle, and they had all these great sort of things, and this, that, and I finally just said to the guy, look, I want all of these. Can we make a deal? And I just, all in one shot, took them. I was super lucky the guy had them. Right. We were able to work a deal. So, if someone wants,
All right, so let's do it. All right, so let's do the Rex cap. Here we go. All right, so first up, we got New Teen Titans number 10. Second appearance of Deathstroke, 9.2 or higher. We have the one available for 25. Then we have Superman second series number 4, First Bloodsport, 9.2 or higher. We have one available for 25. Then we had Superman Man of Steel number 18, first full Doomsday appearance, 9.2 or better. We have the one available for 45. Then we had Watchmen number 1, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one for 95. Then we did Watchmen number 2, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one for $24. Then we did Watchmen number 3, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $24. Then Watchmen number 8, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for 24. Then we have Watchmen number 10, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for 24. Then we had Watchmen number 11, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $24. Then finally, we have, hey, Bronze Age, what's up, man? We have Watchmen number 12, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for 24. All right, now here come the command. And again, if somebody wants to buy all the Watchmen, let us know. You know, we'll bring Nick in and we'll make a deal.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have a bundle of Commandees. Commandee number 1, 9.2 or higher. We have the one available for 125.
I love this cover, man. It's absolutely amazing.
All right. Then we have Commandee number 2, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for 65. Then we had Commandee number 3, 9.2 or higher, one available for 65. Then we had Commandee number 4, right? Are we on 4? 9.2 or higher, you have one available for 55. Then we had Commandee number 5, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for 55. And we'll do a deal for all of them. If somebody's interested, let us know. We'll bring Nick in. We'll get it done. All right. So then, Valiant Exo Man of War number 1, the first series, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $45.
This is a great book. I mean, Valiant is sort of like somebody called Charlton like a three-legged dog. There's always an alternative to something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Image was all about, no pun intended, image. The books had to be flashy, right? The characters were extreme and all this other stuff. Valiant's approach was very different, shooter-esque.
Right.
Good art, not the greatest art I've ever seen, but the art was good and improved considerably. And it was all story-driven, which in the 90s, nobody cared about story. You know, literally, nobody cared. Writers in the 90s really kind of got it in the neck. Nobody cared. And then all of a sudden, people realized after a while, well, you know, there's only so many, you know, swimsuit issues from Image you can read before you're like, you know what I mean? It's just not that good. Exo Man of War is my favorite character.
Right.
They brought it back in, I think, 2014, and it was very cool. This is just a great character. I said this before, and I caught a lot of flack for this. This is Iron Man done properly. It's hard for me to root for like a spoiled billionaire playboy dude, like, you know, in a suit. Like, so wait a minute, you already have all these other advantages, and you have like this sci-fi tech suit. Dude, there's no reason for me to root for you.
Right.
You're turning me into a fan of whoever you're fighting this issue. The story of Eric and the Man of War suit much more appealing to me.
All right. So then I know Ron wanted to see some CCAs.
Yes, TJ, I love the Commandy Showcase animated short. I thought that was very cool. They did it in the right style. The story hit the right note. Commandy's just one of those things, like you said, it's got its tiny little sliver, niche audience, and that's what keeps the books.
All right. So I printed up the wrong sheet, believe it or not. All right. So here we go. So first up, and JD, I think I sent you the right list, right? Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation #1, signed with a Spidey cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza.
Oh man, that's so cool the way you
suggested
did that.
Retail of $119.99. All right, so I'm almost certain I sent him the right one.
That's sweet.
Cool. Right. Yeah. Oh wow. That's a book you have to just look at for a second.
This was a homage of. Oh, I forgot. I had it in my notes. I forgot.
Man, for $62, that's a great deal too.
Thank you. All right, so this one is $62.19.
Yeah, that one's nice. I like that.
That's very cool. Wow.
I'm telling you, I know they're great artists, but it's just amazing. Yeah, Stevie B, I think it might be on your end, buddy. Hopefully, it's just some sort of internet issues you're having there, buddy.
No, we should do something like, no, Stevie B, everything is, and everybody just stop.
All right. So then next up is Batman #50, signed with Harley Quinn cover sketch by Ken Hazer. I think he kind of did this for a Valentine's Day special, sort of. And
that was so cool too.
Of $89.99. And we have the one available for $69.99.
Yeah, I think he said he did this when they announced the Harley Quinn Poison Ivy problematic Valentine special or whatever it's called on HBO.
All right, so those are the two CCAs that we have tonight. And you said you wanted to do the slab, right?
The slab is very cool. This is a book where I've actually read this story twice now. And I have Alex to thank for this because I said the name of the book wrong. The first time I saw the cover, I got it wrong. I almost blew past it. They got to about issue 3 or 4, and Alex mentioned how good this was. So, of course, I zipped on back and read it.
Right.
Now, this thing is going to be made into a movie, I think, or a TV show. This is like one of these IPs that I think is just, this is something that probably is going to be much bigger.
All right, let's do it then. Let me see. So this one is $69.99. All right. So next up, Children of the Black Sun #1. Something is Killing the Children. Homage variant CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail of $99.99. And give JD a minute.
I love it. I love this series. I really do.
And the price will be on the scroll because I printed up the wrong sheet for myself.
It's $99.99.
Let's see.
$69.
$69.99. All right. So we have one available. All right.
No, that really is a legit series. If anyone's interested in reading it, obviously this is a 9.8, but it is the Something's Killing the Children homage, and I hype it up every time. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it's solid. The next issue is going to be great. The next issue is going to be real good. But
all right, so next up, we could delve into some incentives. So we got in some incentive books here. And I'm give JD a second because I'm guessing it's on a different page, so he's got to catch up.
He's in the control room at the end of the movie when Bond is in the other room blowing stuff up, and he's like throwing switches and stuff. Shut up! Stop talking! Stop talking!
Hey, but real quick, what we were talking about earlier, I did find it. It's CollectorCon Edison. It's this Saturday at the New Jersey Expo Center.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah, I don't go to Edison.
No, is Edison not nice, or is Edison?
Edison is very industrial. The traffic is awful.
Oh,
I know. I've been at that Expo Center a lot with different mobile food ventures, and it's you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Of the hacker.
I'm sure you're good, JD. I'm sure the interior of the convention center is fine, but the scenery surrounding
it's just very industrial. It's very sort of
see. I guess I don't really care about that, but the whole traffic, like all of that. And I know Jersey's pretty bad for traffic to begin with.
Well, Edison is that part of Jersey which sees a lot of traffic.
Yeah, Edison is like bumper to bumper because you kind of have the Parkway, Route 1, the Turnpike. Everything is sort of cruising through or by Edison at some point.
Yeah,
it's a huge city, huge town. A lot of like there's corporate campuses, there's factories. It's lot.
Close to Rutgers.
It's
it's around there.
So
I don't know about that one then.
Business, but it was not great for recreation. I'll put it that way. I went up there because there was money to be made. There were a ton of people in one spot. They couldn't get back and forth. So if they saw somebody selling food, they were super happy.
So I'll tell you a funny story. My daughter's team was at a tournament in Edison. That's why I will never return to Edison. Okay. My daughter used to play there. It's gotten worse, believe it or not. But we're standing there, and one of her players, 11-year-old girl, goes, "Hey, Coach Rex, is that a prison?" And I didn't know, but when I drove around, it was almost a prison. It was a DMV.
Just gonna say same thing.
Almost, right? So it's just crazy. I'm not a fan. All right. So I have like Valley Forge, the casino they have where they have a lot of conventions. I like it there. Oaks, the one they have in Oaks, I like that one. That convention center a lot, but Edison not so much.
I've been to Rutgers once, and I was the one driving, and I remember getting back to Westchester, and I was like, never again. I said that was horrible.
Preston, there are no animals in Edison. They've all died from the pollution.
No, your daughter saved them all. They're all living at your house.
No, they are not. All right, so let's do some retailer
squirrel girl.
Let's do some retailer incentives. JD, you ready for me, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say no because the middle finger emoji popped up.
Go ahead, JD.
Did you? Yeah, I'm good. Whatever you guys.
Okay, you're ready to go. All right. Okay. So first up, we have Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, #1. Cover E retailer incentive 1-in-25 ratio. Baltimore Rivas cardstock variant. We have 2 available for $45 each.
See, it's always a matter of time. I remember when this version of Superboy came out, and all the olds like me hated him. But I thought, you know what? This version of Superboy is kind of like, zeitgeist is the word. It's the times, right? He was part Bart Simpson. And now all of a sudden I see them doing these covers, and I see this character brought back and all the multiversal stuff. And everybody's like, oh, cool. Look who it is. It's literally just a matter of waiting.
Marcus, red pants. All right. Then we have Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, #1. Cover F retailer incentive 1-in-50 ratio. David Talaski cardstock variant. And I know everybody.
These cardstock covers are super nice.
I apologize, guys. I had the picture wrong. This is the 1-in-25.
Sorry, guys. All right, so that one is Man of Tomorrow #1, cover E incentive 1-in-25 ratio. The Superboy Man of Tomorrow #1, cover F incentive is 150 David Talaski cardstock variant. All right, so there we go.
And for all the people that said, oh, I hate this version of Superboy, I hated it. DC mentioned that when they sold the Death of Superman figures, the best-selling version was not the Cyborg Superman. The best-selling version was Superboy. So, people, it's like those people that say, oh, I don't have that. I've never bought that album. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. Just admit it. We'll move on.
All right. So then let's move to, all right. So this is the 1-in-25 ratio. The Man of Tomorrow #1, cover E retailer incentive 1-in-25 ratio. Baltimore Rivas cardstock variant. We have 2 available, 45.
Cardstock variant.
Nice.
So nice.
And then I'm going to bounce back, JD, to Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow #1, cover F. 1 in retailer incentive, 1 in 50 ratio, David Tulaski cardstock variant, and we have one available for $75.
I'll tell you right now, if they want to get this character to sell in a book, they should have him do the art for the whole book. Even if
Is the art that nice?
That's really nice. I mean,
and Alex Ross kind of.
It is, and I don't know if I don't even know if photorealism is the right term. Somebody who knows art way better than me, but that's sort of, there's a few people now working that style that are just, I just think it's wild. It's wild. We see there's a cover, I can't remember the artist's name now, but there's an artist that Nick got to do one of the Red Sonja covers. And I literally can't tell if it's a photo cosplay cover or if it's art.
Right. So, yeah, JD, I think the prices are flipped, buddy. The 1 in 50 is 75. The 1 in 25 is 45.
We don't know. We don't know.
Well, I'm just going off Amy's sheet. So, all right. So next up, we have Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 25 ratio Chung variant. We have 12 of these available. Find them in the wild for $50, and we have 12 available for $40 each.
I picked up the Thanos cover today, the Alex Ross Timeless.
Right.
That's the one I snagged.
Sweet.
Bronze Age nerd. Yep. He's old enough to remember Crazy Eddie too.
Practically giving them all away. Yeah, this is a book you want to buy before Guardians comes out.
Yeah.
Because whatever we're selling this for now, we'll have $20 added to it after Guardians.
We have any left. Again, we get a very limited amount. We like other retailers have to buy the regular version in order to get these. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we just, although it would be cool if we just printed them off. But that's not the case.
Doesn't work that way. All right. So next up, we have Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 100 ratio incentive.
There we go.
Alex Ross Timeless Thanos Virgin Sketch variant. We have 2 available, and we have them for $200 each.
And there's the color one to help.
Nice.
And hey, super quick, I saw TJ's comment earlier. I should have been a little bit more clear when I said Westchester, because I know there's a New York Westchester. I'm talking about the Pennsylvania one.
Yeah, he lives in Westchester, PA, which is way more civilized. I've been to Westchester, New York. Yeah, that's it. Triple B, you're right. I think it is Carla Cohen. Go look. I think it is Carla Cohen. If I find one floating around in the last 30 minutes, but it's just this style. And I almost feel bad when I say Alex Ross style. So I'm not trying to, disrespect other people.
Right, but I think he's known for that photorealism.
Yeah, I think Alex Ross is probably the most well-known, practitioner of that style. Yeah. So there's a few other people doing it very, very well. I think it's safe to say Alex Ross has sort of, chiseled his name in stone in terms of like comic book art and artists. He's worked on everything, Marvel, DC, pretty much whatever he does sells.
Right.
I mean, literally the guy could do like, Willie Lumpkin, Mailman, and people would be like, oh, I need 5 copies reserved at my store.
Probably would. Now, I was gonna say I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it at first, but on the sketch cover, there's somebody behind him. Is that supposed to be Juggernaut? I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't. Honestly, I was so busy looking at the image, I didn't look behind it.
Because I saw like the claws at the bottom, and I was like, who's got the claws? But then I saw behind him, it kind of looks like Juggernaut, but I don't know who would be in the front then.
Oh, because look at the bolts. He's right. Look at the rivets.
Yeah, but the claw may be Sabretooth.
The claw could be Sabretooth, actually.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Wait,
these are supposed to connect to each other?
I was gonna say, are they supposed to be connecting covers?
What was the JLA thing they did where?
Because we've had a bunch of the Ross ones, and there's always feels like there's somebody in the background. So
yeah, maybe it feels like there's something else going on in this.
He's done that since Kingdom Come. I don't know if he did it for Marvels, but he did it for Kingdom Come. You put them all together, and you wind up getting like.
I didn't know that.
It's like the
Bronze Age
Perez,
nerd.
Right?
I think Bronze Age nerd has an answer.
They're all from Mural.
Oh, very cool. I knew there was something unique.
Well, anybody who's gone to any of the big cons where they're in a big building, and I've only seen this in New York and San Diego, but they print off these massive banners that they hang from the ceiling of a convention center. These things have got to be like 30 feet long. I don't know the exact dimension, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. They set up like an Alex Ross gallery somewhere on the dealer floor. It's literally got like walls, almost like a museum or whatever. There's somebody there. You know, like to take your order, almost like a gallery sort of representative or whatever.
Right.
A buddy of mine bought something from San Diego about 10 years ago, and it's a significant investment. It really is. He paid quite a lot of money. And just like anything else, somebody comes over, they bring a bottle of water, they're talking, it takes a while. Security comes over and takes it off the wall. It's not like you go to any other dealer and, you know, all the original arts and books, you're flipping through it. Hey, you got this and that. Alex Ross stuff, especially the painted stuff. And at the very top, like how you always find this at a Florida con, is you look up and you look where this banner is, and it's always something ridiculous, like every every Legionnaire in the Legion of Superheroes.
All right, so Eddie Von B, it is Warlock Rebirth #1, 1 in 100 Roth, Alex Ross, Timeless Thanos Virgin Sketch variant. So hopefully that helps, my friend. All right, then next up we have Deceased, War of the Undead Gods #8, cover E incentive, 1 in 50 ratio. Sun Kamunaki card stock variant. We have one available for $75.
Nice. This is also the series finale for anyone that's reading it.
That is an awesome cover.
Yes. Well, from what people have told me, that friends of mine that have started going back to cons, they're saying that just like everything else.
Thank you, Preston.
Everybody picks their shots,
right?
Right. Whether you're going out to eat, everybody picks their shots. A lot of dealers at trade shows or whatever are really sort of targeting these retail or incentive variant type things, you know, because they figure everybody's going to have everything else, right?
Right.
So, and it's because they're all focusing on this, it's driving the price up.
JD, let me know. The signed books, there's 3 signed books. Are they on the same? Are they in the same place as the incentives, or you have to switch pages? Let me know.
They're with the incentives.
Okay, got it. All right, so I know how to do this. Okay, cool. All right, and that's the Goblin's Ear. Thank you, Preston. So somebody's been looking it up for us, because John and I are way too incompetent to do that and talk and chew gum. So
I was brought on for the aesthetics, not for.
And you get what you pay for.
And you get. I was just waiting. And you get what you pay for, man.
Oh God! All right, so let's throw one last book up there.
Oh, before our next break.
Yeah, before our next break.
We'll
also on Alex Ross.
When we come back, we'll new comic book day a little bit too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. All right, so Amazing Spider-Man #24, 1 in 100, Alex Ross, Timeless Vulture Virgin Sketch variant.
Imagine being good enough to make the Vulture look that good.
We have one available for $200.
Oh man,
that is so cool, dude. It's just a gift, you know. Some of us have it, some of us don't. I definitely do not, man.
Neither do I.
I remember watching one of the videos. Alex Ross puts a lot of reels and stuff up out there. There's one where he talks about working in black and white, and he's like, as a younger artist, he didn't appreciate it. Then he found out that Jack Kirby's preferred medium was working in black and white. He was not real big on color because Kirby came from the comic strip era.
Right? Old school.
And he said it totally gave him this new appreciation. And when Alex Ross says this, it makes me laugh because it's not like anybody had a problem with his black and white art before. He's like, I think it improved my black and white art tremendously. And I'm like, dude, you're already the best. Like, how much better do you have to be? Nice.
Wow.
That's really cool.
This is
wow.
I guess, what do we call this in comics now? This is George Perezing? Like everybody in the shot? Everybody scooched together?
Yes. See MODOK, the Vulture. Trying to identify. There's the Thanos one. Juggernaut behind him.
It is Juggernaut's behind him.
Thank you, JD. That's actually very helpful.
I love that Annihilus is never forgotten.
So it's connecting covers across, I guess, right?
You know, now that got brought up, I don't have the box in front of me. It's somewhere around here. You know how they did the heroes before the villains? I have a mural poster of that hanging on my wall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like a calendar thing. It's like the bottom half is a calendar and the top half is I think it's like that. It's the entire mural of all the heroes. And I was looking at that like, wow, that looks really familiar. That's because I've got the opposite hanging on my wall up there. It takes up the entire wall. It's huge. It's the length of the wall. So
all right, we got to go to our last and final break, and then we will come back and we will.
You have a few more books left?
Yep, we'll knock out the rest of the incentives. We have some autographed books, talk about New Comic Book Day, and then another Rex Cap.
Yeah.
All right, so stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find a link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, hello there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody. It's Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Kumpa. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in the minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadet.
Hey! What's up? Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectables.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
And we're back.
Hey, I don't know if that was the same for everybody else, but just a heads up, a lot of those kind of commercials, almost none of them played on my end. Only the last one did.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was a black screen like the entire time.
Something is.
JD, did you hear that?
Gremlins.
Just as an FYI.
Yeah, I heard. It's been happening
Okay.
for a while. We don't really know what to do about it.
All right. Well, John and I certainly don't know what to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're asking me, abandon all hope, man.
Now, if it's John making a sandwich, that's a different story. My man knows what he's
that's
doing
different.
over
That's
there.
an entirely different story. So, hey, everybody out in the chat, let us know if you saw the commercials. I actually got up, so I was not staring at the screen, so I don't even know if it came across.
The only reason I brought it up is because usually it's pretty fine on my end. Maybe one, but that was every one of them. So I don't know if something happened or.
All right, Easy Go Lucky got him.
All right, maybe I don't know if it's just me then, but I figured I'd let you know.
It might be. Who knows, man? Who knows? All right, so let's get through the rest of the retailer incentives. All right, so then B saw them. Oh, okay. All right, the Mighty Barbarians #1, Kafaro Homage Virgin variant, and we have one available for $50. Nice. All right.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit?
What?
Xenozoic Tales. This reminds me of like a Mark Schultz book.
Bronze Age nerd. I'm glad they weren't just voices in my head again. Too funny. All right, TJ saw him, so I don't know. It's weird. All right.
It seems like it's just me.
It could be. But you never know. All right, so next up.
Miss Ellie just walked over and hit a button. No.
The Mighty Barbarians #1 cover G 1-in-20 ratio incentive, retailer incentive. Tomaselli Virgin variant, and we have one available for $35.
Is it this one right here in my hands?
I have a fingerprinting kit. Be careful.
I didn't see Amy out there. That means no metal detector when I leave.
Probably not. And the only person who could tackle you and bring you down and take back the product is Amy. So,
Amy.
You know.
That sounds like inventory shrink on metal colors.
I'm just gonna drive home and eat my sandwich. Yes. All right.
No, my comics.
I'm hungry. All right, so then we got the Mighty Barbarians #1 cover J 1-in-50 ratio retailer incentive, Vatine line art variant, and we have the one available for $75. And we'll give JD a second to flip.
Yeah, give me a second on that one.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. And then after this, check if the rain has started. I want to play them again.
Oh.
All right, so JD's having all kinds of technical difficulties today because we've overloaded them with too many pictures. I guess StreamYard is hiccuping. They've been having a lot of problems.
Well, I only got these pictures, let's say, in the.
Oh, I know.
I know.
No. Believe me, I know. I'm. It's not you, JD.
Why aren't they better at this?
It's not you, it's me.
It's not you, it's me. That's cool.
The world's most famous breakup line. All right, so the Mighty Barbarians #1 cover J 1-in-50 ratio retailer incentive, Vatine line art variant, and we have the one available for $75. All right. And then we have the Mighty Barbarians #1 cover H 1-in-30 ratio retailer incentive, Gizzy Virgin variant, and we have one available for $60. And then finally, we have the Mighty Barbarians #1 cover F 1-in-10 incentive Vatine Virgin variant, and we have two available at $20 each.
Yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
So, new comic book day. What?
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about it, boys.
Well, I read my first Archie comic ever today. So
Really? Oh, wow.
I did.
And
Archie Horror. It's written by Cullen Bunn. Was it the Cult of That Wilkin Boy? I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending at all, but I thought leading up to it was really good. I thought it was great artwork, a really good story. It's obviously horror, and I love horror, but the ending just kind of it wasn't horrible, but I felt like it was a letdown compared to the rest of the book. But I was really surprised at how good it was for the most part.
I will say this, even if you were a little bit disappointed, Archie horror is one of those things I really like. Like, I don't read like a ton of the regular Archie stuff, but Archie horror stuff stretches way back too. Like, they did like scary Sabrina stories.
I have that hardcover too, somewhere.
Yeah, they do some real. It's really neat. It really kind of plays between the fine line of it's not brutal horror. You know what I mean?
Is it this?
It was that one, but they also have a version of that they did in from the 1960s, which they put out a few years ago.
Right.
It was original Sabrina stories, and the art is sort of elementary, but the stories are really creepy. It's like one of those all hands books, just whoever else can do a page or whatever. So the books can on occasion be a little bit disjointed, but it's very cool. It's worth it, especially anybody who has like if you don't want to invest a ton of money. I suggest to people click on that Comixology Unlimited pilot you get with Amazon Prime or whatever, and it's worth the week. Even if you don't want the service, it's worth the free week to just read a bunch of books that you might not see, you might not look at again. They did Betty the Final Girl, Vampironica, Jughead the Hunger. Most people know Archie horror from the Afterlife of Archie,
right?
The zombie thing. But from there, they kind of not only went forward with a bunch of other stuff, but they also reprinted some of the stuff that had not seen the light of day for a while. Very cool.
All right. So, would you like to or didn't like, Alec?
Another one that really surprised me was Harrower from Boom Studios. Every time I ever brought it up in my streams or on videos, I always talk about how if you go into it with the mindset of being like an 80s slasher film, you're probably really going to like it because the story is basically non-existent. You're just kind of following this monster or whatever, and it's just, hacking everybody up. And, that's what the series has been. So I went into that kind of mindset for the third issue today, and it was basically that, but then they introduced an actual plot towards the very end, and things are not exactly what they seemed originally. And I'm very interested in the story now because it went from just kind of, let's see what this monster's capable of, to holy crap, that this is like a whole big thing that's going on in the town. It's actually a really cool story. When I went into it thinking the story is going to be non-existent. But other than that, let's see. House of Slaughter, still a solid one. This one came out. This is a brand new one from Dark Horse. It was interesting. I think someone brought it up yesterday. I can't remember who it was, and they said that they might check it out. It's called All Eight Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was like a horror book, kind of, but it's that these spiders or these bugs kind of prey on the poor people that live on the streets. And you've got these main characters who are going out killing these bugs and monsters or whatever. So it was an all right first issue. It's an interesting concept though. But overall, I thought it was a pretty solid week. I don't think there was anything that I didn't really like. I was a little bummed that Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. I didn't know that was just going to be a limited series. I thought it was a new ongoing. I probably wouldn't have picked it up if I knew it was just going to be 5 issues.
It seems like that's something they should keep as an ongoing, because aren't they just doing an animated series? They just announced they're doing a second.
Yeah, they
season.
just did it.
Yeah, they're talking about they're doing more. That's going to be one of those sort of ongoing things for Disney Plus. I mean, it's not necessarily, it's for a specific audience, but
oh yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't bad. It's definitely directed towards kids. It's a kids comic, but it was surprisingly, as far as Marvel goes, it was a lot better than some of the other Marvel stuff that I've read. It's a fun cast of characters. It's definitely on the kids side, but the artwork's not bad either. And there was a legit plot that they developed and progressed over the 5 issues. So it was definitely very interesting to me. Not super great, but if you've got kids, definitely I would give that one to them to read.
John?
Non-Dynamite stuff this week, I got something which is always near and dear to my heart from Marvel, which is weird. We kind of kick Marvel and DC around quite a bit here. And I think Alex would agree with me, deservedly so. They get kicked around deservedly so. But I can't complain. This week, they are doing something that I hope they would do when, Marvel started their 20th Century Fox line. Planet of the Apes came back. Way back when, before Alex was even born, there were Curtis magazines that were Planet of the Apes. And these stories were amazing. They were absolutely great. And if you don't buy them digitally or do what I did, spend years looking through black and white magazines, which have literally no resale value. Nobody cares about this one except like the intro of Blade. Other than that, nobody cares. Marvel decided they were going to do Planet of the Apes. I think it's called The Beginning or whatever. So essentially what they're doing is they're putting in comic form all those stories from the Curtis magazines.
Right.
And some of that stuff is very, very good. I saw that today, and I just, I had to pick it up. Of all the times I complained about, oh my God, there's all this great Curtis stuff that's been lost forever. Well, it's not lost. They're bringing it back. I mean, they're doing a Planet of the Apes book, which is different, but they're also doing this, and I'm pretty sure it's only going to be a certain number of issues.
Nice.
They're going to do. And we got more 6-gun Gorilla.
So
I don't know if a gorilla carrying a 6-gun is everybody's thing, but I find that book very entertaining, and I think we got, at least I saw it as new today, so I'm pretty sure it came out today. It might be wrong, but 6-gun Gorilla was very good.
So-
Dynamite, what do we have? We have Darkwing Duck. We have Vampirella Strikes, number 10. I'm trying to think, do we have anything else in there?
I think it was only 2 books this week for Dynamite.
I think that was only 2 books. Was Gargoyles today, or is it Gargoyles next week?
That's next week.
It's next week. I'm a bad example because I read things not the.
What have you guys offered so far?
We've offered just about everything. There are 3 signed books that we need to offer.
What has not sold?
The Commandees have not sold. The Watchmen have not sold.
Did the incentives sell?
The incentives have not sold.
You presented all the incentives.
We presented all of the incentives.
We talked about Mighty Barbarians today. Was New Comic Book Day.
So why don't we do this? Because we got up to 27 likes, which makes me very happy. Why don't we do hashtag 27 likes?
Oh.
Do hashtag 27 likes, and we will give away this Warlock incentive book by Ron Mars and Ron Lim, cover by
which one
Jimmy
is that?
Chung.
Which one?
Warlock Rebirth.
Okay, Warlock Rebirth.
So, hashtag 27. Can we do the number 27? Are we allowed to do that?
Oh, hashtag 27?
That's a JD question.
I'm
there.
asking JD.
Yeah, okay.
So, hashtag 27 likes.
Let's see. So, it's Warlock Rebirth. The one in 25?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 in 25. Cost the retailer what? $62.50 to get one of these. Cost the retailer $50 to get one of those. So hashtag 27 likes.
All right. So that's a new hashtag now.
Up to 30 now.
Well,
Well, I'm not going to change it.
I was going to say that's the problem.
You know what? Everybody, put it both ways because
All right,
JD's
so
ignoring me.
JD has it up as hashtag the number 27 likes. Okay. So just so everybody's aware. All right. Making sure.
I love when Nick bombs in with his best J. Jonah Jameson impersonation. What are we doing here? And then he's gone. And then he's just gone back to his office. You know what he's not gone back to his office to do?
What?
He's not going back to do the gorilla variants for Dynamite.
All right. So you know what, JD? If you have, I don't know if you need a minute to switch or not. Let's do the 3 sign books.
Sell me more pictures of Spider-Man. That's exactly what it is.
Marcus, cute.
Anytime.
27 likes.
All
Nice,
right.
Marcus.
So this one's a nice one. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #1, signed by Tom DeFalco.
Nice.
This is that one, the very first one.
Man, this is a real nice ad for collection, right?
Yep, we have one
Wow.
available, 7 of 25, and we have it available for $299.99.
I like this signature placement too.
Yeah,
That is great signature placement.
not in the body of the cover. Yeah, I like that too.
You know
And
that
everybody, wait till you see the giveaways we give away next week, but especially Star Wars week.
Oh, that's right. We're coming up on
May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th and this Revenge of the 6th.
The Wonder
and
Woman.
somebody buy that Secret Wars. That's really rare.
Look at the signature placement. The signature placement for this is perfect.
It is.
Isn't it? That's
all right. I'm gonna let you guys finish the show.
I actually think Nick is on the phone and he bobbed in here to join the
What
show.
is
I love
the
that.
Wonder Woman? I don't think we have a Wonder
I
Woman.
think he would rather be here doing the show, actually.
Tom Bishop. I need a little bit more
What
than
is
that.
the Wonder Woman?
I think he's talking about the deceased.
Are you talking about?
Could be.
Yeah, let's throw that up. This one is. Give JD a second to throw this.
This is War of the Undead Gods, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
number 8.
War of the Undead Gods, number 8. Cover E, incentive 1 in 50 ratio. Sun Kamunaki cardstock variant. And this one we've got for 75. If you're interested, Tom.
And I think Alex mentioned this is the finale of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
I don't know how this series has been. I know the other ones were really good, but I'm not really hearing anybody talk about this one.
I haven't started this one yet, and I like DCs too. I kind of got to that party late. I saw some people didn't like it, some people did like it. It's one of those things where if I don't get a strong opinion either way, it really motivates me to go see it. I read it. It's a DC's.
All right,
it's a DC zombie story. It is what it is. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed some of the subsequent stuff too. I have not read this yet.
It's under Exo-Man War.
I think Deceased was actually my kind of reintroduction into DC after getting back into comics, after being out of it for a long time. And I pretty much was only reading Marvel exclusively. And then I dove into indies a little bit more. And then because I saw the covers, the cardstock covers were really cool. People were like, well, why don't you check out Deceased? I was like, I don't really read DC. And I picked it up anyway, and that was basically my reintroduction to DC.
Well, it's funny you say that because we talked
I
about
don't know why it's up here and not on my list. I'm gonna have to go look for a second there. So give me a second. You guys talk. Let me see what I can do about finding.
DC is one of those things where there's peaks and valleys, right? And it's really easy to go back and hit the peaks. This was a book where I thought it was like we'd seen all these, everybody done the zombie thing, right? Here, Dynamite Never Dies. We've done a few of those. Everybody sort of, it was almost like you were obliged to do it. DC did theirs a little bit differently. They sort of, the original DCs, they sort of, I don't want to say set in yet another separate universe, but it's sort of its own thing. You know what I mean? Major characters die. It's sort of a, sometimes people think it's like, oh, Superman becomes a zombie and then recovers. No, these covers, they take Batman out fairly early, which is something you never see.
No. I'm gonna throw out 2 reminders.
Ooh.
Friday at 7. Don't forget Tom Lyle, Spider-Man, Clone Saga.
Nice.
Hulk, Ron Garney, John Higgins, Hellblazer. Thanos versus Hulk, Starlin, twice.
Jim Starlin, wow.
And check it out. The X Factor 47, Kieran Dwyer writing and drawing. And the most funny thing about this issue is the issues before this and the issues after this were Paul Smith and Louise Simonson. And Louise did the Archangel run with Walter. And yet Kieran did this special story. Sold out by Friday's show. I doubt it, Marcus. But the week after next, Jeff Wedding has donated Star Wars art to give away.
Ooh.
And we're going to have Star Wars comics. It is going to be a Star Wars fiesta. And it is, I'll have some fun. It is the 47th anniversary of Star Wars.
Nice.
All right, so it is Wonder Woman number 1.
Look at Marcus. I'll be in the panel.
I'll be in a panel on Fridays.
All right, so it's Wonder Woman number 1.
Marcus, you know what? You're right. I owe it to you. Which one do you want to buy? Which one do you want to pay for today? Let me know.
All right, so it is Wonder Woman number 1, second series, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $50. All right, so I don't know why it didn't make our list for some reason. All right, so last 2 books, Green Lantern Corps number 45, signed in silver by Pete Tomasi. Suggested retail of $69.99. We have one available, number 8 of 10, signed in silver. And I need to crawl. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't. All right. So this I remember was $19.60.
That's very cool.
Nice.
Silver Series,
All right. So this is something that we normally retail for almost $70. So
Thomas wants it.
Okay, Tom, are you claiming the Wonder Woman or the Green Lantern Corps?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure which one.
Yeah, because I believe
My
it was
bad. I'm
Tom,
sorry.
Tom Bishop.
Yeah, he asked
So-
about the Wonder Woman.
Yeah. So Tom, just clarify which one you want. All right, buddy.
Nice. Yeah, he says the Wonder Woman.
All right, I kind of figured. All right, you got it, Tom Bishop. All right, Bishop.
Yeah, JD's throwing the link up for people that bought stuff tonight.
Right, correct. All right, so now the last book of the night, and I'm going to do the quickest Rex cap ever known to man. Death of Wolverine, #1, signed in gold by Charles Soule.
Ooh.
Suggested retail of $89.99, signed in gold. It's number 14,500, and we have one available for $50.
And speaking of signature placement, it's very innocuous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not sort of detracting from the cover in any way.
So, JD, tell me what would be easier to start with, the variants or go back to the bronze keys? You tell me.
Let's go back to the top and just run through them.
Okay, so we're going to start with you, Teen Titans #10.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So here we go. I got 4 minutes, people. Here we go. Ready? Buckle up. Now the key bronzes are going back very soon, so this may be the last chance. So if you want one, you probably should jump into it tonight. All right?
Especially the Commandees.
Yes, which John will probably end up with. All right, here we go.
If I had not recently bought Commandees, I would have. I absolutely would have bought those.
All right. Now I got 3 minutes, man. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm going to need that sandwich for sustenance after this. New Teen Titans #10. Second appearance of Deathstroke, 9.2 or higher. We have one available for $25. Then Superman second series #4, First Bloodsport, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $25. Then Spider-Man, Superman Man of Steel #18, first full Doomsday appearance, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $45. Then we have Watchmen #1, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $95. Watchmen #2, 9.2 or higher, we have one available for $24. Then we have Watchmen #3, 9.2 or higher, we have one available for $24. Watchmen #8, 9.2 or higher, we have one available for $24. Watchmen #10, 9.2 or higher, we have one available for $24. Watchmen #11, 9.2 or higher, one available for $24. Watchmen #12, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for, $24. Then we have Commandee #1, 9.2 or higher, and we have the one available for $125. Commandee #2, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $65. Then we have Commandee #3, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $65. Then we have Commandee #4, 9.2 or higher, available for $55. And then we had Commandee #5, 9.2 or higher, and we have one available for $55. Then we have Exo Manowar #1, first series, 9.2 or higher, and we have it available for $45. Then we did Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #1. Well, actually, it's okay. We give JD a second. Signed by Tom DeFalco. 7 of 25 signed, and we have one available for $299.99. Then we did Green Lantern Corps #45, signed in silver by Pete Tomasi. Suggested retail of $69.99, and we have it available lowest price of the night, $19.60.
This is a great book, man.
Then we had Death of a Wolverine, number 1, signed in gold by Charles Soule. Suggested retail of $89.99. It's number 14 of 500 signed. We have one available for $50. Then we had Batman number 50 signed with Harley Quinn cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have the one available for $69.99. Then we had Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation number 1 signed with Spidey cover sketch by Joe Del Beato, Mariano Nicieza.
By the way, who won? Out of curiosity.
We haven't drawn that one yet.
We haven't drawn
We're not drawn
because we're doing the Rex cap, Nick. And I'm doing it as fast as humanly possible.
Okay, come on, keep. What do you?
All right.
Well, stop slowing down.
Stop breaking in here like the cops, man. I feel like I should be putting my hands up. All right. Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation number 1 signed with Spidey cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza.
I'm still surprised nobody grabbed that.
Suggested retail of $119.99. We have it for $62.19.
That is so cool.
Children of the Black Sun, number 1. Something is Killing the Children homage variant. CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail $99.99. We have the one available for $69.99. Both John and Alec are big fans of.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
That is.
All right. So then the incentives. Superboy, Man of Tomorrow, number 1, cover E incentive, 1 and 25 ratio.
You're right, Mr. Easy-Go-Lucky. I'm on the other side of the law.
Bold Damar Rivas, cardstock variant. We have 2 available for $45 each. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, number 1, cover F incentive, 1 and 50 ratio.
That's sweet.
David Talaski, cardstock variant. We have 1 available for $75.
That's not Spawn. That's Spider-Man's. Preston.
I said Superboy, didn't I?
No. I'm talking about the Spider-Man. He says he's all Spawn now.
Yes, thank you, Mark. It's Speed Cap. You guys, I'm not even listening to you people. All right, Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 25 Chung variant. We have 12 available for $40 each. Retails for $50, and it is our giveaway, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can buy one, or you can.
If you don't win one, there's a chance to buy one. All right. So Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 100. Alex Ross Timeless Thanos Virgin Sketch variant. We have 2 available for $200 each. And then next we have Deceased War of the Undead Gods number 8 cover E incentive, 1 in 50 Sun Kamanaki cardstock variant. We have 1 available for $75. Then we had the Amazing Spider-Man number 24, 1 in 100 Alex Ross Timeless Vulture Virgin Sketch variant. We have 1 available for $200. And yes, you did, Preston. The Mighty Barbarians number 1, Cafaro Homage Virgin variant. We have 1 available for $50. The Mighty Barbarians number 1, cover G, 1 in 20 ratio retailer incentive. Tomaselli Virgin variant. We have 1 available for $35.
Oh, Preston bought the Spawn books?
Yes, he did.
All right, Preston, we'll make the Spider-Man $50 for you.
Which Spider-Man?
The sketch.
The sketch.
All right, let me finish.
If Preston passes, anybody else can get it for $50.
All right, so the Mighty Barbarians number 1, cover J, 1 in 50 ratio retailer incentive. Vatine line art variant. We have 1 available for $75. The Mighty Barbarians number 1, cover H, 1 in 30 ratio retailer incentive. Gizzy Virgin variant. We have 1 available for $60. And then finally, the Mighty Barbarians number 1, cover F, 1 in 10 ratio retailer incentive. Vatine Virgin variant. We have 2 available for $20 each. Oh my God.
Catch your breath. Hit the button for the giveaway.
Oh my God. All right.
By the way, real quick, if next Wednesday we have 50 people in the room, if everybody hypes up next Wednesday's show and we get 50 people in the room, we'll give away $500 worth of prizes.
All right. So the winner of the hashtag 27 likes Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 25 is
Ronald
Shepard. Congratulations, buddy.
Nice.
I couldn't
Good
think
stuff,
of anybody
man.
more deserving. So
thank you to everybody who joined us.
Wait, time out. So if anybody else is interested in Warlock Rebirth number 1, 1 in 25 ratio, the Chung variant, you can fill out a submission form and ask us if we still have it. If we do, we will sell you one. All right.
So basically, Preston was saying.
All right, Preston, you got it.
He's paraphrasing Lisa and Colt Jane.
All right, so 50,
I'm all spawned out.
All right.
For you.
So $50 to Preston, correct?
I
yes.
heard some dogs crying.
Thank you, Alec. All right. So there we go.
Go find Alex at AR Comics.
Yes, please.
Thank you to everybody who joined us. Thank you to everybody who bought
and
stuff.
Is Ken Hazer going to be here?
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan